Hello class 9th. Today we are going to start with the next lesson. Lesson number 7, Medieval India, South India and the Cholas, page number 166. Main objectives, introduction, sources, a brief political history of Cholas and Chola administration. Before discussion of the topic, we must know the following terms. Important term, civilization. Civilization refers to a society or a group of people or process of achieving a higher state of social development. Delicate, sensitive, which can easily broken or damaged. Territory, an area of land which has organized division, inscriptions, something inscribed on historical monument or on a hard surface. Dynasty, a series of rulers from the same family. Sculpture, art of making statues by carving. Paramount, more important than any other thing else or supreme. Administration, the management of the public affairs. Vanquish, defeat. Introduction. The medieval period in history is referred to indicate a stage in the development of civilization. The medieval period in India began in about 8th century. During this period, three powerful kingdoms flourished in the South India. These are Cholas, the Chiras, and the Pandyas. Out of these, Cholas were more powerful. They ruled for about 433 years. Sources. There are two types of the source of information, that is literary and archaeological. But we will discuss only archaeological. Inscriptions and the monuments are the main source of information. Many inscriptions carved on the pillars and the Chola temples. Moreover, Cholas were great builders. They built many beautiful buildings and temples. Now let's come to the reading part. Lesson number 7, page number 166, Medieval India, South India and the Cholas. The medieval period in history is referred to indicate a stage in the development of civilization. The medieval period in India began in 8th century. During this period, three powerful kingdoms flourished in South India: the Cholas, the Chiras, and the Pandyas. Out of these three, the Cholas were the most powerful. They ruled for nearly 433 years. The dynasty, means series of the rulers from same family, originated in the fertile valley of Kaveri River, which is in South India. It means the medieval period in India began in 18th century after the ancient period, and it remained till 18th century. During this period, three powerful kingdoms flourished in South India, and these were the Cholas, the Chiras, and the Pandyas. We can say that after the decline of Gupta Empire, the main kingdoms emerged for control over the southern India, and they were the Chiras, the Cholas, and the Pandyas. But Cholas were the more powerful. They defeated their rivals and established their control in South India. Chola dynasty ruled for 433 years, and it originated in the fertile valley of Kaveri River, which is in South India. The archaeological sources, inscriptions. Many inscriptions carved on the pillars and the walls of the Cholas temples also add to our knowledge regarding the achievement of Chola rulers. The inscription of Cholas are in the form of the copper plate, grants, stone inscriptions, and inscription inscribed on the walls and the pillars of temples. The copper plates grants, known as the Anbil and Kranti, as well as the Kanyakumari stone inscription, give long genealogies which indicate the solar origin of the Chola dynasty. Genealogies means the study of the history of a family, showing how its members are related to each other. It means inscriptions are the form of the main archaeological source of information for the history of the Chola period. The inscription of the Cholas are in the form of copper plate grants, stone inscriptions, and inscriptions made on the walls and pillars of temples. The inscription carved on the pillars of Ashoka tells us the Cholas were quite friendly with Mauryan rulers. The Hathi Gumfa Edict of Kalinga king Karavilla contains an inscription which tells us that he had defeated the confederacy of the Tamil states. Confederacy means a state with political objectives. It means inscriptions are the main source of information. Inscriptions which are carved on the pillars of Ashokas tells us that Cholas were having friendly relation with the Mauryan rulers. These inscriptions inform us about the constructions of the temples and edicts of the rulers. Moreover, inscriptions on the temple walls served the purpose of public registration, such as the record of the sales, mortgages, and other forms of the transfer of property rights in village lands. Monuments. The Cholas were the great builders. They built many beautiful buildings, especially temples. Among them, the Shiva or the Brihadeshwara temple stand above others in the beauty and design. According to Dr. V.S. Smith, the design of this temple pleases the eye. The temple is the best example of the Dravidian architecture. It means the Cholas built a number of temples because the Cholas were the great builders. Moreover, they built very beautiful buildings, especially the temples. Among them, a beautiful temple that is Shiva or Brihadeshwara temple stands for the outstanding beauty and design. The gateway of the temple was called Gopuram and the main shrine was known as Garbhagriha. Here the images of the god and goddesses were kept. Another example of Chola architecture is provided by many temples built in their new capital, Gandai Konda Cholapuram. These temples are known for their delicate carving in stone. The Cholas were famous for their sculpture in bronze Nataraj or dancing Shiva in the most well known Chola statue in bronze. It means many temples which are in the Gandai Konda Cholapuram, which is the capital of Chola, they are famous for their beauty and delicate carving in stone, which is in miniature form. Moreover, Cholas were famous for their sculpture in bronze like Nataraj or Dancing Shiva, which is the most beautiful and most well known Chola statue in bronze. Children, today we will do till here and you will have to reread its part, learn the basic term, related question answers and kindly follow the SNAP homework. Thank you.